Hey everybody, welcome back. So we've got a special, very special unboxing today. This box right here, however, is going to be the teaser box for what's inside of here. So I'm not going to say much about this. You guys can tell from the description that this is something I've wanted for a while. I've actually talked about this for a little while. Finally getting around to doing the unboxing on it. But let's take a look at what's in this box. This is something I got off Gunbroker, and you guys should be able to tell immediately by the color of this, the country of origin. So just about only one place on the, well, let's just say one place in the Middle East where you can get this particular color sling. Now, for those of you that have seen one of these before, notice this strange green color web sling. What these were used on, these were actually used by the Egyptians, and this was used on their AKs, and it was also used on another very special rifle. That rifle being the Egyptian Rasheed. If any of you know that much about collecting, or if you've been in the I guess practice of collecting for quite some time, and I'll put some links down in the video down in the description below about this. The Egyptian Rasheed is probably one of the most rare milsurps out there. It's estimated that between, I think, 5,000 and 8,000 of these were manufactured, and obviously a much lower number of those were imported into the U.S., this being one of them. I got this from an auction house on Proxy Bid. This one actually came out of Pennsylvania, if I'm not mistaken, from an auction house. I forget how much I paid for it, but suffice it to say that it's probably at least $1,500. Just simply because these are so incredibly rare. I mean, I've got multiple SKSs, and I wanted something that was kind of an oddball. And most of you, if you see these in a gun store, you probably think, hey, that's a cool SKS. Well, it's not an SKS. I packed it pretty well. However, you guys notice there's a ding right there. Let's get this thing out of the box. Like I said, I've had this for a good minute, but just finally getting around to the unboxing of it today. It looks like they did wrap it relatively well. Can't complain about that. That's nice. Piece of tape to grab. Let's get that out of the way. Might be able to get by without having to cut everything, but who knows? That's a bubble wrap. So for those of you that don't know, you know what? I'm just going to cut this because otherwise you're not going to be able to hear me say anything. Anyway, for those of you that don't know, this rifle closely resembles the Egyptian Hakim, as well as the Swedish Lungman, the AG-42 rifle, and it borrows quite heavily from the design practices of those rifles. Additionally, you'll notice that it is very similar actually to an SKS. Anyway, so not to belabor the point, like I said, I found this one on Proxy Bid, and it looked like it was in really nice shape. I will say this, anytime you buy something on Proxy Bid, be very careful, because I mean, these are auctions. I mean, you're essentially getting a rifle that you can't hold in your hands and take a look at, unless you can travel to the auction house. In that case, or in my case, that was out of the question. Yes, I do live in the southeast, but I do not live anywhere near Pennsylvania. So driving to actually inspect this rifle before the auction was certainly out of the question. However, I made the best judgment that I could based off what I could see from the pictures, and it looked to be in very nice shape for a Rasheed. So let's see how nice it really is. we are. Let me get this paper out of the way. This, let me flip it over, is my new to me Egyptian Rasheed. What's very interesting about this is this was made, I'll insert some pictures in here because I know the light is not playing well. This was made in the UAR. This is called United Arab Republic, if I'm not mistaken. It's a very short-lived state in the Middle East. You know, it's not really sure what all to say about it. But anyway, let's see if I can get this thing apart. We'll take some, try to get some, you know, some pretty decent, give a decent look at it. Let's get that magazine out of there. I don't know why they did that with a paint marker, but I can get that off of there. Kind of aggravates me that someone would write on it with a paint marker, but you can see the distinctive Egyptian markings on it where it was produced. Very interesting here. I missed in the auction photos this little piece of wire. I don't know why that's there, but when I get a chance to tear this down, we'll take a good look at it. You know, overall, this one is in pretty good shape. Got a little bit of metal, or a little bit of bluing finish, kind of wearing off there. But the bluing looks quite good, and the stock actually looks quite good as well. A lot of them, like if you take a look at Ian McCollum's video, you'll notice in his video he's actually missing one of these screws, I believe, off his. Ian, if you're watching this, I did try to reach out to you via the comments of that video. I think I might have a source to get this screw. If you're interested, you can contact me via the email that's on my page information, or channel information. But as you can see, you know, your traditional Egyptian script here for your distance, for your rear sight here. I mean, this is in really wonderful shape. But like I said, you know, the stock is in great shape. A little bit of rust here on the butt plate. I don't know how well you guys can see that. Try to do some pictures. But overall, in really good shape for an Egyptian Rasheed. If memory serves me correct, move this to the center position. If it'll stay there, push this forward and lift this up. Wow, this thing is heavily oiled. Cover comes off with the two-piece. I thought the two-piece spring assembly would come out of there. There's your spring and firing pin assembly. This thing's actually a little, it's pretty complicated. I don't profess to know anything about it. I just, you know a little bit about taking it apart. Just enough to be dangerous. You can see it was very well oiled. This should come right out. Tilting bolt style. You know, you guys are probably familiar with that. I want to take a look at this off camera. Check out the bore. Oh my goodness. Guys, I want to put a video in here. The bore of this thing is amazing. Beautiful shiny bore. I mean, you can tell in terms of wear. Yeah, there's a little bit of wear marks, but it is not terrible. Oh, I was going to say tilting bolt style similar to the FAL. Sorry about that. You will notice on these that it is very reminiscent of the SKS. When you take a look at the bayonet, that's probably perhaps the most similar feature of it when you compare it to an SKS. Now, one of the things, and Ian McCollum goes on about this in his videos, you'll notice, or maybe it's Misha, I'm not sure which, but I'll put links in the description down below for the videos. And you have different variants of these in terms of this bayonet collar, of how either it's got like a divot to it to where it easily will go over your muzzle device here. Not so much easy in this case, but anyway, helps it to lock into place with these locking ears. I want to say originally they were only on like the front of the rear, but he's got a ton of information out there, on that. I'm not going to go into the history surrounding this, but I mean, this thing is in gorgeous shape. Only gripe I have is I'm not sure, like I said, I'm not sure why this piece of wire is here. And it almost looks as though somebody added that. I'm not real sure. But anyway, I'll figure that out. That's just a minor thing. I don't think it's really that much to detract from the weapon itself. I will also, you notice this is serial number 1487. It's what the script actually translates to. Like I said, they only made 5,000 to 8,000 of these, and they imported a much smaller quantity of them into the U.S. So anyway, this thing is extremely rare. I mean, it's basically like, I don't really know how to describe it. It's like a nicer SKS, really. I know a lot of you guys probably roast me in the comments, oh, well, it's just an SKS. Well, it's quite a bit different, my personal opinion. I think it's nicer. I think the ergonomics are nicer for sure. But anyway, there you have it. There is my Egyptian Rasheed. Very well pleased with this. Like I said, other than that, I don't know what's up with that. Maybe it was to keep that bolt from backing out, but that doesn't look like something that would have been added in from the factory. But anyway, I don't profess to know everything about these. But the weather outside today is absolutely terrible, so I will not be shooting this today. Of course, like I said, definitely check out, I'm going to put some screenshots into the video so you can see some of the detailing factors behind this, or some of the detailed photos about this, so you get a little bit better view of it. But no complaints here whatsoever. Yeah, you're going to notice it's got some rough machine markings, kind of like some of the rougher SKSs, but all in all, if you're a collector, this is a rare rifle. This is a very rare rifle. I'm just happy to finally own one of them. So anyway, just want to share this with you guys. I did get in my FN49, also known as SAFN49. I bought one of the Belgian ones from Royal Tiger Imports. Be on the lookout for a video here in a few days. I'm going to do an unboxing of it. We're going to go through it, take a look at it. Royal Tiger advertised it as complete. I did notice when I bought it, and from the photos, that it had a newer bolt handle on it. It was a smooth style instead of a knurled style. So I do know that was replaced at some point, and I do have a set of headspace gauges. Well, I've got them coming in, so I can at least do a filled headspace gauge check on that rifle, especially since that bolt had been swapped out, just to make sure that it is indeed safe to fire. If it's not, there's some different things you can do with head spacing on that just to make it safe. But anyway, might get into a little further details on that. So anyway, thanks everybody for your support. Thanks for watching. Like I said, there's tons more content on the way. I've got that SAFN. I've got 3 rifles. Hopefully that'll come in at some point in time from Hunter's Lodge. We'll see about that one, as well as many more rifles and pistols I acquired at an estate sale. So tons more content out there. It's just going to take me some time to work through it. I got to be honest. So anyway, thanks everybody for your likes. Thanks for your subscribes. Thanks for sharing your comments, and just sharing with all your friends. I really appreciate it. Helps grow the channel. And yeah, I guess that's it for the day. Hopefully we'll get some nice weather here. It's probably not going to be for at least a week, and I'll get this thing out and run it through its paces. So anyway, thanks everybody for watching, and you guys have an awesome day.